how to identify what your blockages to manifestation are, and now also how to remove those blockages. Let's talk about it right here on Optimal Expression. Hello, I'm Jeremy Jones, and welcome to Optimal Expression, where we embrace our greatest potential to manifest our wildest dreams. Good people, we're back with part two, how to manifest. This is the series that I'm doing for the week. How to manifest. The manifestation series. Because we're going to get our good no matter what it takes. In the previous video, I talked about the aspects of manifestation. Beliefs, thoughts, feelings, and actions. And when you have your beliefs in the right place, and you believe that you are one with God, when you have the positive thoughts that align with that belief, and knowing that we are only thinking the thoughts that feel good, because feeling good is what attracts the good to us. And now, after we're feeling good, we're going to follow that up with action. The appropriate action it takes to bring it home. Yeah, well, in a nutshell, that was the previous video. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the blockages. Because sometimes we're trying really hard to manifest something, and it seems like we keep hitting the brick wall. What are those brick walls? And how do we go over them, around them, or through them? When we talk about blockages, they are definitely related to those four aspects of manifestation that I talked about in the previous video. There is probably something off somewhere between beliefs and action, right? And the most important thing is that we begin a habit of self-study. You got to open yourself up. Number one, it's important to understand that we might not get it right the first time, and that's okay. Have grace and patience with yourself, because it's a learning experience. They don't teach you this in school. They didn't give you homework in the third grade about manifestation, right? And more than likely, most of us didn't grow up in families where they talked about this in the household. So if you're brand new to consciously manifesting, okay, understand that like anything else, practice makes perfect. Give yourself grace and patience, and continue to do the things to keep yourself in alignment with what you're trying to manifest. And that can be a blockage, because a lot of times we'll say that we want something, we'll say that we want to manifest something, right? But our actions don't line up with it. That's going back to the four aspects. We're talking about the action aspect, right? So you can't say that you want to start your own business, you want to be an entrepreneur, but you're not learning about what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Are you filing your trademarks? Are you getting your website set up? Are you hitting the social media? What actions are you taking toward this goal? What actions are you taking toward the manifestation? You have to be in alignment with it. If you're out of alignment, that's a blockage. What is your conversation like, huh? Are you saying that, I want this, but I wish I could have, but now your butt's getting in the way, right? You can't want something or desire something or set out to manifest something and then speak against it. It's a blockage. You're not aligning with it, okay? So making sure that you are in alignment with your beliefs, with your thoughts and your feelings and your actions. Alignment is the very first step, okay? And if you are feeling a certain kind of way, think about whatever it is you want to manifest. How does it feel when you think about that thing? Do you get a tight feeling somewhere in your chest or your solar plexus area? That's a good indication that somewhere in the belief and or thought category, you probably got a blockage there. What are you believing or not believing that's causing you to feel that way? Because when you're feeling tight right here, when you think about what you're trying to manifest, that's the blockage manifesting physically in your body. It's letting you know, I ain't feeling this. I ain't feeling this. Either you ain't feeling it as possible, or you're not thinking that it's possible. You're not believing that it's possible. One of the ways that you can begin to remove these blockages is once again through self-study. Study yourself. And a good indication of where you are is how you feel. Because we can start at the feeling level and trace it back to then, what am I thinking? And from the thought, trace it back to what am I believing? And one of the things that helps you study yourself better than anything else that I can think of is meditation. Meditation is gold. No, meditation is platinum. I'm telling you, it is absolutely invaluable. I can't begin to tell you how valuable meditation is. What happens is, when you learn to be still, when you learn to be still enough that the chatter is not running the show, you'll begin to get some revelation. Something is going to start to tell you about yourself. And you'll begin to see things about yourself that maybe you weren't able to see before. And once again, meditation is a practice as well. And when we're talking about this is what a spiritual practice is. You have a meditation practice. You have a manifestation practice. You have a peace of mind practice. You have a fill in the blank. We're practicing. We're practicing about this, right? So when we're trying to remove those blocks, meditation is a good way to start getting inside and see what's going on. Let's get in here and start doing this inner work and start cleaning house and see what needs to stay, what needs to go, right? Fear, pessimism, negativity, all blockages. Are you afraid of the success? What will I do if I actually make it? I'm not sure if I can handle it. See how that belief in, I don't know if I can handle it, will lead to, what do I do? And then these are the type of things, the thoughts that go through your head. And then when you think about that business that you want to start, it's getting tight in here, right? Fear, pessimism. Pessimism traces back to the beliefs. What are you believing about yourself? Are you not believing that life is your friend? Are you not believing that you are one with Source, and as one with Source you have divine power to create whatever you want for yourself in this reality? Because if you ain't solid on that one, it's going to be very hard. Like, you won't hear me say the word impossible much, but it's very hard to manifest if you don't believe you had the power to do it, and that is your divine right to create your life the way you see fit, consciously. It's not a crap game. We don't have to roll the dice. We don't. Okay? So we're talking about attitude, alignment, and now there's another A, which is alcohol. Now, I'm not finna start preaching to y'all. I'm not going to give you a Baptist sermon. Although I can tell you a word or two about that whiskey, about that vodka, about that tequila. Don't you want to take another shot? My bad. I went back. Anyway, no. Real talk. Alcohol. Definitely a blockage. And I ain't trying to preach to you. Hey, I like a drink every now and again, like anybody else. Have a nice drink socially, kick back, chill. It's all good, okay? But when you're in the mode, when you're trying to manifest something for yourself, for your future, for your loved ones, something important to you, especially if you don't have a lot of experience, alcohol can be a blockage. And alcohol can be a blockage because what a lot of people don't know is that when you ingest alcohol, it lowers your frequency. What do I mean by lowers your frequency? Alcohol is a well-known depressant, right? What does that mean? That means that it's going to bring you low. You're not going to get high drinking alcohol. It's going to bring you low. In fact, with the consumption of alcohol, you're more likely to fall into some of those other pitfalls that cause blockages. You're likely to bump into some fear or some pessimism or some doubt. Blockages. Because it's hard to stay up if your spirits are down. And alcohol, don't they call it a spirit? That's a negative spirit you're putting into your body. You need to be aware of what you're doing when you're drinking alcohol. Like I said, hey, no judgment here. I just want you to be aware that it can absolutely be a blockage. So, a simple way to remove that blockage is just don't drink. And I'm not saying that you can't ever have a drink, but if you're in a mode where you're trying to manifest something within a particular time frame, then during that time frame, you might want to refrain from alcohol. You might want to cut it out. You might want to cut back. You might want to not do it as much. And hopefully being aware now of what alcohol can do for you or that it can be a blockage, that'll make you think twice before you decide to take another drink. Maybe, maybe not. Just know that it can block you. All right? And now, that brings me to one of my favorite blockages, if you want to have a favorite. What are you or who are you keeping in your inner circle? Because people can be a blockage. Absolutely. If you were trying to raise yourself up out of a situation, if you're trying to raise yourself in consciousness, but your immediate friends, family, inner circle are not trying to raise themselves up, they're going to try to keep you down. They're going to think you weird. There's something wrong with him, y'all. I don't know what's going on with him. He be praying and stuff now. I think he a Buddhist. Yeah, they going to talk stuff about you. Okay? Now, walking in your power, they can think whatever they want to think. What somebody thinks about you is none of your business. Let them think what they want to think. However, understand that if you're trying to rise in consciousness and rise up out of a situation, you're trying to rise up out of the ghetto, rise up out of whatever your current status may be at work, or otherwise you're trying to get out of the mailroom into the boardroom, right? Then you might want to associate or begin to associate with a different crowd of people. That's how you get through that blockage. You can get through that blockage by associating with people who are doing what you want to do, or who know more than you know about what you want to do, who have been there, who knows what it takes to be where you're trying to be and have what you're trying to have. Another way that people can be a blockage. Are you sharing your dreams with people who don't believe in you? Are you saying, I want to be a CEO, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be in love, I want to lose 100 pounds? Are you saying these things to people who don't think you can do it? Well, what happens is, when you share your dream with people who don't believe in you, you subject yourself to their energy. And it can be a blockage, especially if you're new to this manifestation game. Because now their energy of, oh boy, I don't know what they think they gonna do. They trying to lose 100 pounds, he just gained 20 last week. Oh yeah, they're gonna talk and gossip about you. Why? Because it makes them uncomfortable that you're doing what they wish they had the courage to even try. But they don't have the courage to do it. So rather than them up their game, they're gonna talk bad about you. And that negative energy, because, you know, everybody's got energy. Where are they focusing their energy? Are they focusing negative energy collectively on your dream? That can get real heavy, right? And if you the only person believing in you, whew, that can be like pretty hard to get beyond. And for a lot of people, that could be a blockage. Don't share your dream too soon with people, right? You ain't got to tell nobody you're trying to lose weight. Just start doing the work and let them notice. When you do it that way, it's only your energy involved. Nobody knows but you. It's the power of discretion. Nobody knows what's happening but you. Now only your energy is affecting the outcome because you believe in yourself and you are thinking well of yourself, and it feels good to think and believe good things about yourself, and you're taking the actions that it takes to bring that manifestation into fruition, right? So I'm hoping that this message resonated with you. Remember, when it comes to blockages, you want to check yourself on those 4 aspects of belief, thought, feelings, and action. And if something ain't moving, you blocked somewhere in that area. Make sure that your attitude is in alignment with what you want. Make sure your actions are in alignment with what you want. What are you bringing in? What are you witnessing or giving your focus or attention to, right? If you have a lot of negative influences, it can be a blockage because that can affect your perception. Are you watching the news too much? Are you looking at statistics that say you ain't got a chance? Are you listening to people? Whoa. I think that was a wasp. Are you listening to people who don't believe in you? Are you staying in those circles? That's not in alignment with what you're trying to do. Your attitude. What's your attitude like? Do you feel good about the direction you're taking? How do you feel about yourself and your odds of doing what you're trying to do? Check yourself on the belief and thought aspects of manifestation. Alcohol. Hey, don't hit the bottle too hard. Okay? A little swigger of liquor is a lot of fun, but sometimes, man, you got to put that brown bag to the side and step up and put yourself in the position to where you don't need it no more, because you understand that it can affect you in a way that's not desirable. You don't want to let having a good time hinder you from the next level. And then once again, we get back to people. They can think whatever they want to think. They can stay wherever they want to stay, but that doesn't have to be your reality. Don't share your dream with people too soon. Let them see the work you're doing. And then let them marvel at how far you've come. Because we're going a long way when you are beginning to manifest things. Because you're walking in your power and you're operating from your greatest potential. I hope this message resonated with you. Until next time, I'll see you right here on Optimal Expression. Peace and love.